Okay. So, just to say, as always, if you're new this week or if you're newer to this, just a reminder to those of you who have been before, and again, for any of you who are new, this is a very gentle session, and it's just about dropping into the body and relaxing. It's designed specifically with the idea. Oh, geez, sorry, the mosquito. God. It's designed specifically with the idea of for any of you that are maybe going through IVF right now. So we avoid certain postures because of that. To keep it nice and safe. And again, it's gentle. So those of you who are like seasoned yoga practitioners, this is not going to be an Ashtanga style class or anything like that. Sorry, this mosquito, I think it's like trying to bite me on this screen right now. One second. Oh God, sorry. Okay, they haven't been so bad lately, and then today it's just like. Okay, so also for any of you who are new, so my name is Julie, and my invitation to you is always the same, which is that I really want to invite you to practice with kindness toward your body, and also even a sense of gratitude. Studies show that having a mentality of gratitude actually improves our quality of life dramatically. And I think it seems simple, and yet it's not, because we can get into these negative loops in our heads about things, and it's very easy to get disheartened. But when we practice gratitude for what we have in this moment, so in this moment, you obviously have the ability to hear and to see and to breathe and to move. And if you suddenly weren't able to see as well, or if you weren't able to hear as well, if you weren't able to move as well, you would probably miss some of those things. And so it's sort of just about dropping back into the present and being grateful for what we have right now, versus what we think, how we think things should be. Actually, just allowing them to be how they are, and again with that sense of gratitude. Okay, we had one more. I don't know what happened. Okay, so let's start. So we'll start with a centering and a breathing exercise, and then we'll move into some warm-up movements, and then from there we will flow through our postures, and then relax at the end. Please listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right to you, or you want to modify in any way, you're absolutely welcome to. Okay, but yeah. So I can't see you, so you just make sure you're looking after yourself. And sorry, I'm just checking. I hope you can't hear that noise too much. But okay. So we'll begin. So to begin, find a comfortable, I'm just actually going to stand or sit a little near the screen just to start because of this background noise. So what I'd like you to do is I want you to either find a comfortable seated position, either sitting up nice and tall. So the idea is that you can either cross your legs, sit up tall this way, or you can lie down on your back with either your knees bent or your legs extended and splayed. So just find what feels right to you. And then once you find that comfortable centering position, either sitting up tall or lying down, close your eyes. And take a deep inhale through the nose, and then exhale, sigh or blow the air out of the mouth. Just do that a few times. Inhaling calm, exhaling, sighing out, letting go of any stress or tension. Just do that a few times. Inhale, calm. Exhale, release. Okay. And then once you've sighed out a few times, just come back to the natural rhythm of your breath and start to notice your breath and notice where it lands in the body, whether it comes into the chest or further down into the belly. And just notice whatever is. So rather than judge anything as good or bad, just again allow it to be what it is. And then let's begin this evening, this practice tonight, in that energy of gratitude that we've already mentioned. So from here, I'd like you to take the next minute to just create a gratitude list in your mind. And it can be gratitude for anything and everything, no matter how big or small, material or immaterial. It's all okay. So just allowing yourself to free associate, to move from thing to thing. In your mind for the next minute or so, I would like you to create this gratitude list and just pause on each thing and really fill up on that sense of gratitude. What are you grateful for right now? What do you have in your life right now that you can say thank you for? So just take a minute and build that sense of gratitude in your awareness. Okay. Start to bring your gratitude list to a pause. And then start to take the awareness, your gratitude to your breath. And then deepen the breath. Inhale through the nose and take the breath all the way down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly roll back toward the spine. If at any point, by the way, you hear external sounds, either from my end or on your own, see if you can just let them be vibration, life being life, other things, other creatures, other people just doing their thing. Okay. And then again, we inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly rises. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly fall. And then deepen the breath further. Inhale through the nose, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. Take a few more breaths here. So just practicing that full, slow inhale all the way up. That nice slow exhale, contracting all the way down. And if you want to add on an ujjayi or an ocean wave sounding breath, you can do so by constricting in the back of your throat and the epiglottis. If you're not sure about that breath, don't worry. What I'll do actually is I'll send a link to a little breathing exercise video tutorial that I made during the lockdown. Yeah, so for now, either stay with this dirga breath, which is that quieter version of that breath that we've been doing, or if you're more familiar with pranayama, with yogic breathing, you can come into an ujjayi or an ocean wave sounding breath. And just take about 3 to 5 more rounds of long, slow, deep breath here. As always, if at any point your mind wanders, just gently acknowledge the thoughts. No need to judge. Okay. And then from here, start to mentally ready yourself for movement. And in your own time and in your own way, just draw some movement back into your body, letting yourself stretch, roll around, yawn, sigh. Just do whatever you need there. And while you do this, just take about a minute just to move around gently, just dropping into your body really here and now. And while you do this, I'm just going to pull up the links that I can send on the full group message so you can see them later for the pranayama and also for these replays of these videos. So just take a minute. And I would like you to eventually make your way to a tabletop position where you are coming onto hands and knees. But again, just take your time doing that. Okay. I'm just going to finish getting these links for you. Okay. So afterward, if you want, on your group message, you should be able to see there are 2 YouTube playlist links. The first one is for these, the replays of these sessions. And the second one is a yoga at home session with me, a playlist, and the breathing exercises on there. And there's also a partner yoga section on there, which is completely fine for IVF. So feel free to give that a go if you have a partner that you want to do some yoga with. Okay, I'm going to exit out of that now just to preserve the bandwidth. There we go. Okay, let's now. So what I would like you to do now is you're coming again onto hands and knees. And we're just going to take some very gentle cat cows to start, or cat dogs. So what I'd like you to do is bring your shoulders in line with your wrists and bring your knees in line with your hips. And then you're going to inhale, and I want you to roll the shoulders back and arch your back, lifting up through your sits bones. And then exhale, tuck the chin in towards your chest and round back. Lifting up, so you're turning into that little kitty cat. And then I guess it's a big kitty cat. And you're going to inhale, arch the spine, and exhale, round. And take about 3 more. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Couple more. I saw an article once that said something to the effect of your cat is a psychopath and it does really want to kill you. I'm just going to move the microphone closer. And one of the things it said in the article, which I thought was very apt, so anyone else who's a big animal lover, you might feel similarly. It was saying something like, you might not mind if your dog is the same weight as you or bigger than you, but if you had a cat or your cat was the same weight as you or bigger than you, you might be a bit frightened. And yeah, that's definitely true for my house. Okay, take 1 more. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Okay, and then inhale. Come back to a neutral tabletop. And we are going to take one of the most gentle twists possible. In the IVF yoga and even in pregnancy yoga, you want to avoid deep twists always, okay? So those of you looking toward these things, just again, we want to always avoid deep twists. So we take really light ones if we take any at all. So what I'd like you to do is I just want you to take your right forearm down behind your left wrist. That's it. And then you're going to turn to look past your left shoulder. And what's nice here is that hopefully you can feel a little stretch, a little twist, but it's not too deep, and we can just open the shoulder a little bit. Okay. Nice and simple, and then we take it back up and we go the other way. So we take, so just swapping to the other side, left wrist coming behind the right, turn to look past that right shoulder. Okay, inhale, take it all the way back through center. And then we are going to just make some little circles here. So I want you to take your bum, swing it a bit toward the right and back. So you're coming back toward your right heel. And then roll over toward the left, up through the center and around. So you're just creating these circles and just have a play there. And then go the other way. Okay, 1 more. And take it all the way back through center. From here, draw your bottom back toward your heels, and we're coming toward a child's pose. In child's pose, you can either keep your legs in with the belly over the thighs, or you can take your knees a little bit wider, bringing the belly between the legs. And then extend the arms out in front of you, taking your forehead down to the ground. And take a moment just to sigh out there. Okay. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, and just extend. So you're lifting up through the arms, but hands are still down on the ground. And then I want you to take your right hand, and I want you to, actually, before you even do that, take your hands out to the edges of your mat if you're using a mat. Don't worry if you're not, but you're just taking your arms wider than shoulder distance now. And then I want you to take your right arm and swing it over the left. Let your head relax down between your upper arms like they're at a massage table. And you should feel this nice stretch across the right side of your body. And just breathe into that. Okay. And then take that right hand back. And you're going to, so back out wide, and then you're going to cross left over right. So if you think about a cat stretching out its foreleg, and just relax the head again between the arms. Oh, and breathe into that side stretch. Okay. Take your hands back toward neutral now. Take one more child's pose here. Okay. And then start to lift the head, lift the heart, walk your hands back. And then if you can, you're going to sit on your shins for a moment. But some people find this excruciating. I don't want you to be in excruciating pain, okay? So what I'd like you to do is, if this is really uncomfortable for you, just sit with your legs crossed for a moment, okay? So find where it's right for you. And then just a quick warm up, actually, I want to do a different warm up than the one we sometimes do. So we're going to do something for the wrists here. So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to make a fist with your left hand, and then take your right thumb and index finger or middle finger. I'll get closer to the screen for this. Okay. So you're going to take the index or middle finger and thumb under that left wrist, pull down, and then just gently circle around. And you'll get a little clicking, a little cracking there. It's normal. You can play with the direction of that. I have a feeling we might have done this one last week. I've been trying to incorporate it more. So this one is fantastic for those of you that spend a lot of time typing away, which I think so many of us have been doing more recently, or also for musicians, for piano players. This is a great one to do because this is good for opening up the carpals. Okay, and then open the palm, just give it a few little swishes around there. Okay, and then spread your fingers wide, pull down. Oh, and then we release to the other side. So you're making that fist, pulling down, and just circling around. So I like the idea of yoga as not just something that you do on your mat, but as something that you can incorporate in certain ways into life. So again, this is one of those ones that if you have wrists that trouble you, just maybe file this away in your memory as something that you can use to love up your wrists every now and then. You can play with the direction. And you can open the palm. Okay, and then extend and release. And you can give the fingers a little bit of a shake out here. Okay, now constant back and forth here. So different from normal yoga, or whatever normal is now. Okay, so now from here, I mean normal as in person versus online. Okay, so now come up onto your fingertips. come back towards child's pose. So if you were sitting with the legs crossed, just sort of wiggle your way back. And if you were sitting up on the shins, just send your bottom back, extend the arms out in front of you. Come up onto your fingertips here, and then spread the fingers nice and wide out in front of you. From there, we're going to roll up toward the hands, curl the toes under behind you, send the hips back. So we're coming back toward our downward facing dog. And I want you just to walk your dog out very briefly. So you can bend one knee, and then the other, saying hi to the backs of the calves there. Maybe working into the hamstrings. Okay, and then push back into your full expression of that downward dog. I want you to roll your shoulders back, send your bottom back, and just breathe into this. Sometimes people find down dog really challenging, and that's okay, especially if you're not used to this pose. It can be very challenging. So just take a few deep breaths here, just building a little energy, building a little bit of warmth in the body. Okay, and then from there, I want you to roll forward, bend your knees, take your knees down toward the ground, and then you're going to roll back towards child's pose, but then roll all the way up to seated. Now, I do want you to stay here seated, even if on your shins it wasn't feeling okay, because we're adding something, doing something different now. So what I'd like you to do here is take your hands out in front of you, and then I want you to take your knees as wide as they can go out to the sides with your big toes together and a nice little kiss behind you. If they separate a little, it's okay, but you don't want them to separate a lot, okay? So we take the knees out as wide as they can go. If you're on a mat, they'll probably come off the edge of the mat. If that's uncomfortable and you want to just sort of flip yourself around so you're fully on your mat, that's okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do an iliopsoas stretch, which is actually for your lower back. So there's a muscle that runs from your lower back, it wraps around the hips and connects to your femur, to your leg bone there. And this is a muscle that's often responsible for lower back pain. So this is just, again, one of those great little exercises that can be helpful. So what I'd like you to do is I want you to walk your hands out in front of you, and then you're going to, from there, once you've walked the hands out in front of you, just start to push your bum back toward your heels a little bit. And hopefully you're going to start to feel a stretch around the inside of the upper thigh. And again, it's a back stretch, but it's a muscle that connects to the femur. So if you're feeling it on the inside of the upper thigh, that's great. You might also be feeling it around the back. You can play with coming down onto your forearms, but if you do, I just want you to avoid that sort of lurch around forward. You want to keep the bum back so you feel that stretch, and you want to keep the back nice and round and relaxed rather than put that arch in. You can even take the head down if the body allows. Take 2 to 3 more breaths here. Okay. Lift the head, lift the heart, and then I want you to draw the knees back in, okay? And then from there, take just a moment, sit back, and I just want to show you one very brief thing. So if you are somebody that when you sleep, you take a leg up like this is your body's natural way of trying to stretch that iliopsoas area and just relax it a little bit. I know some of you are like, yay, that's me. And some of you are like, who the hell sleeps like that? That's okay. If you're someone that struggles with lower back pain, sleeping like this is fantastic. Also, sleeping like this and putting a pillow underneath your leg is fantastic, okay? Or some kind of cushion or something. Okay, so just to say again, sorry, I feel like I'm talking a lot tonight, but it's always just in this aim of like trying to give you information. Okay, so from here, what I'd like you to do is come up onto your fingertips again. Spread your fingers nice and wide. So we come from that toward that child's pose, but then again we round up and we push, or we curl the toes under and push the hips back. We come back into that down dog. Take it for a brief walk again. Okay, and then push it all the way back into that full expression of downward dog. And then I want you to start to walk your hands back, soften through your knees, and you're coming all the way back towards standing. Keep the toes squared forward, and again, keep the knees soft, hang the head, and then inhale and slowly ragdoll your body all the way up to standing. Exhale, relax the shoulders back. Just that. Okay. Okay, and then again, take an inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale them back. And then this time I want you to interlace your fingers behind your back and then draw down through the arms so that you're getting that nice opening through the chest. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, bend your knees, hinge forward from your hips, and hang the head, hang those interlaced fingers back and away from the lower back as just as far as is comfortable. Some people will find that they're pretty much right up next to the back. Others you're going to find you're further away. Just be where you are and know that that's just exactly right. Take a few more deep breaths here. Okay, and then take your hands, bring them back to your lower back. Unwind your fingers and inhale, reverse the swan dive up to the sky. Exhale, release the arms. And then let's take 3 cleansing breaths. So we're going to inhale, lift, and exhale. And again. And one more. Okay, release the arms down. Now, from here, we're going to play with the balance, but it's actually not a standing balance, it's a squatting balance. And this is one that is known to be quite beneficial. So what we're going to do, and I'll explain more as we do it, but first let's do it. So one more thing to say, this can be tough, okay? And it's okay if you find it tough. Just practice what you're saying to yourself about this. Try not to take it too seriously and just enjoy what you can enjoy. Okay, so we take it's a terrible preface. You're like, oh my God, what's coming? Okay, take the feet together if you can. Sometimes if people bring the insides of the feet together, it's like deadly painful. So don't do that if it's super painful. But if you can, bring the feet together. And then I'm just going to turn this down so you can see slightly more. Okay, so now with the feet together, I want you to, you're going to bend your knees, taking your heels up a little bit. Okay, and then take your hands down to the floor, and I want you to take the knees wide. So again, to show you that movement, we come up, heels are up, knees are bent, feet are together, and then we take the knees out wide. Okay, so best as you can, balls of the feet and heels coming together. If it's not totally possible, it's okay, but just do the best that you can with this. Now, you might already be thinking, oh, yeah, this is tough. This isn't the full pose. So I want you to pull up through your core, so you're engaging with your back, and I want you to come up and bring your hands up onto your knees. And we're just going to breathe here, maybe 3-4 breaths. And I know that the body can sort of talk about this a little bit, but just do the best that you can. One more breath. Okay. Take your hands down. And then from there, I want you to walk forward and take the knees down, uncurl your toes, and just push back for a moment into a child's pose. Okay. Walk yourself up and back, and then just roll onto one side and swing your legs out in front of you. And then let the knees bend and come all the way down onto your back. Take a moment to sigh out here. Okay. Take one more breath here. And then from there, I want you to walk your heels up toward your bottom as close as is comfortable without wrenching on your knees in any way. And then the heels are still, or the feet will fully be on the floor still. Then square your toes forward as best you can at a hip distance stance. Draw your arms to the sides of your body. And then I want you to imagine that you have puppet strings between your wrists and your hips. You're going to press through your feet. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the pelvis, lift the arms, drawing the backs of the hands all the way to the earth behind you as you lift up. And then exhale, gently take it all the way back down. And again. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. 3 more. Okay. And then when next you take it down, I want you to press through your feet again. Now this time I want you to really feel the foundation of the earth underneath you. So feeling the ball, the side, the heel of each foot, really pushing down, rooting you to the ground. And then you're going to press through the feet. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the pelvis. And then this time, interlace your fingers, bringing them under your body, drawing the palms together. And then walk your shoulders in so that your shoulders are hugging around the spine. And really lift up here so you're engaging with your glutes and your back. And we're coming up into a bridge or Setu Bandhasana. Try not to draw the knees together like you have to pee, because it will drop the hips down. And likewise, we don't want the knees rolling out to the sides, but we want to be squeezing, like we're squeezing a block or a book, a big Russian novel between the legs, lifting it up. Take another breath here. And then exhale. Unwind your fingers, take your back down to the earth, and draw the knees in toward your chest. Hug your legs. Take a moment to sigh out. And then take the right hand to the right knee, left hand to the left. Draw the knees in toward your chest and then circle them away from each other and circle them back together toward the sky. So you take them down, out and away, and then back together. And then go the other way. So this move, it's technically a warm-up, but it's what this does is it increases the lubrication, the synovial fluid within the hip joint. So for those of you that ever have hip sensitivity or pain, this is a great one just to do a few minutes every day. I don't know why I'm so into the practical tips today. Sorry if it's information overload. Again, these go up on YouTube on that link. So if you want to go back over any of this, it will be there. Okay, take it back together, take the legs back together, and then we're going to come into a hip opener now. So I want you to take the hands up between the legs, reaching for the insides of the feet, and then tip your knees down towards your armpits, letting the soles of the feet come up to the sky. Oh, and just breathe into it. And if you want to sway a little here, you can. Okay. Take the feet back in. And then I want you to excuse me, interlace your fingers. Take your interlaced fingers over your right shin. Flex your right foot. Take your left leg up into the sky. Flex that left foot. Oh, and then extend that left leg all the way out and against the ground. This should hopefully feel quite nice for your left hip flexor. Just breathe into that. And then unwind your fingers. Take the sole of your right foot down to the ground so that left leg stays extended. If that feels at all uncomfortable on your back, just adjust however you need. And then I want you to walk your right ankle toward your left thigh. And then try to let that right leg tip out to the side with the right foot coming against the inside of the left leg. Okay? So we're finding a supine variation of tree. Now, if you find that the right knee is not happy about this, what you can do is you can put a cushion, even if it's a couch cushion or a pillow, something that you can grab that has a little bit of a bolt to it, and you can put it under that right knee, okay? And then we're going to take the arms up into the sky, and then interlace your fingers. Point the index fingers and the thumbs. Draw the arms all the way down to the sides of the head. Take a long stretch. And then I want you to exhale and walk your shoulders and your hands over toward the right side. So you're coming into a supine, leaning tree. For me, I actually think this is one of the most relaxing poses available. You might feel really differently, though. You might find this not relaxing at all. But just, yeah, so just notice, and just love the fact that we are all very different. Okay. Slide and walk it back through center. And then I want you to unwind your fingers, draw that right knee into the chest again. You can flex the foot, interlace the fingers just once more, just for good measure. And then we're going to take the left knee in as well. Always adjust as you need the back and the shoulders. Okay. Interlace your fingers over your left shin. Now flex that left foot. Take the right leg up into the sky. And then, oh, that glorious moment when that right leg comes down. Oh, such a nice stretch for the hip flexor. Feel as if your hip flexor is breathing. Okay. And then take that foot, that left foot, bring it down. Walk your ankle to the right thigh. Let that left knee tip out to the side. If you need to put something under that knee or leg, please feel free to do so. And then we point the index fingers and the thumbs up into the sky. We take the arms all the way back behind us. Inhale, stretch. And then exhale, slide and walk over to the left side, opening through the right side of the body. Take another breath here. And then inhale, slide and walk all the way back through center. Turn that left knee up. And you can again draw the knee into the chest, interlace the fingers, hugging or drawing that left knee into the chest, coming back into that chest to knee pose. Okay, and then unwind, draw the right knee also into the chest again. And then from here, I want you to hold on to your knees, right to right, left to left, and cross your ankles. Tuck the chin in toward your chest, and then slowly rock all the way up to seated. Okay? So today, we've really done a little bit of everything, but with particular aim of the back and the hips in mind. So just carrying on a little bit further with that. I know I don't have you for too much longer, but just a little bit further with that. What I would like you to do now, and actually I'm going to get again closer to the screen. So what I would like you to do here, okay? If it's available to you, so there's going to be two options. By the way, if when you sit cross-legged, you feel like you're sort of being drawn back and it's really uncomfortable for you, or your knees are up super high, please sit up on a cushion or a block or something. That will alleviate many of the discomforts. Okay, so now what I would like you to do is just send your right leg out for a moment. And then you're going to take your left leg, and rather than bring it right up into your groin, I actually want you to imagine that shin bone is parallel to the mat. Okay? And then, so it's a bit out in front of you. Then if it's available to you, you're going to take the right leg and you are going to place it so that right leg is on the crease of the knee. This is going to work that right hip a bit. If this is If you're going and it's a no, that's okay. Slide that leg underneath instead. Okay? Now, likewise, if this knee hurts at all, slide that foot underneath. Anytime we're doing hip opening, if the knee starts to hurt, that's a red flag. So you always want to protect the knee. Okay, so let's inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale, hinge forward from the hips, and then take your hands down toward the ground, and then gently start to bow into a mosquito. Sorry guys, sorry, no, that was a loud clap, I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry about that clap. Oh my God. It must have been so loud in there. I'm sorry. Okay, walk it back up. And then from here, we're just swapping to the other side. So we've got that right leg now coming out in front. Okay, that shin bone parallel. And then we take the left foot and we bring it on top. And if not, send it underneath. Okay, and then we sit up tall and exhale. Walk it forward and just lean into this so you're really feeling this around that hip. Where is your breath? And start to lift it all the way back up. Unwind your legs. Give your legs a little shimmy shake. A little shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake. And then make two fists very, very gently. Start to pummel around the legs. Around toward the kidneys. Sure, I just got a mosquito bite there. You can make the noise in the chest if you want to make the noise. Now all the way down around the armpits, the arms. And then rather than beating yourself in the face or the head, take fingertips. And take little fingertips across the neck, the face, and the head. And then from here, start to make your way down onto your back and either keep the legs extended or you can bend your knees if that feels better to your lower back. And then once you come down, close the eyes. And take a few last deep inhales through the nose, with exhales sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. And then once you've done that a few times, just come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. And feel your body just melting down, relaxing against the ground. And as you relax and melt here, draw that sense of gratitude back into your awareness. And take your gratitude all the way down into your feet. All the way down into your toes, and just thank your feet for all the places that they go, all the places they take you. Likewise, draw that gratitude up through your legs, through your ankles, your knees, your hips. Offering your gratitude to your legs for all the places that they also take you, all of the ways that they take you. You can walk and run and cycle and drive and all kinds of things. Draw that gratitude up through your belly and thank your organs for all of the functions without even conscious thought from you. Offer your gratitude to your back, to your shoulders, your arms, your very precious hands. Take your gratitude through your throat. Gratitude for your voice. Take your gratitude all the way into your crown, to that big thinking brain. Gratitude for all your senses. And then draw your gratitude back to your breath and deepen your breath. Draw some movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Gently roll to one side toward a fetal position. And then bring yourself all the way back up to seated. And take the hands into prayer and gently bow, honoring your body, your light, your practice, and this earth. And thank you all so much for coming this evening. Just to say, I actually, so then I'm not here next Wednesday, but the class is being covered, okay? So I'm actually not going to be teaching you guys for all of August, not because I don't care, but because I can't. Next week is my birthday and we're going somewhere, and then the following 2 weeks, I'm actually teaching on retreat in Portugal. And I teach 3 yoga classes a day and lead a hike every day there. So I can't really squeeze this in. And then Yeah, and then the following week I'm driving back to the UK, so I don't really know where I'll be on the Wednesday. So my amazing friend and colleague Victoria Adams is going to cover these next 4 sessions. It's the same link, so nothing's different except it's not me, it's her. But she's fantastically knowledgeable about so many things. So she's a gift, and I hope you enjoy her. So I will see you in September, and I will put this on the YouTube link. Again, check your messages, and you can find that link. Actually, one last thing I will say for anyone that wants to know is I have meditations available on the free app Insight Timer under this name, which I've just put there. So if you want that, then yeah, okay. So thank you all so much, and thank you for your kind messages right now. Yeah, and I'll see you in September, and yeah, enjoy Victoria. Okay, bye for now. Oops.